Hi, shalom everyone. I'm going to continue this awesome series of the famous Oriental Rabbanim. And over here, it's a Hilula here on Chavchet Nisan of the famous rabbi, the Maharitz, the great Yemenite rabbi who we can say much about the great Rabbanim. Friends, it's going to be his Hilula here. Rabbi Yihyeh Saleh is his name. And the acronym he's known of as the Maharitz itself. Okay, friends, he was born in the English year 1713 and passed away in the year 1805. So he lived, he lived quite a long life, approximately 92 years of age he passed away. So 92 years to be precise, and was one of the great rabbis. Remember, we've covered many different Yemenite rabbis in this series over here so far. We spoke about the Rabbi Yihyeh Saleh and Rabbi Yosef Kapach and many other Yemenite rabbis. But here on Chavchet Nisan, it's a kilul of this great rabbi himself. Passed away 92 years of age. He was actually born in, I believe he was born in Teman. He was born in Yemen. He was born in, which had a really great Jewish community over there. He was widely remembered for his work in preserving Yemenite Jewish customs and traditions, which he articulated so well in many of his writings, but also for his adopting certain Spanish rites and liturgies that had already become popular in Yemen at a stage in time. He was naturally strongly influenced by the rabbis of the previous generation also, and was a really great rabbi. He became the chief jurist of the rabbinical court of the Bet Din in Czana'ah. Czana'ah, which we've talked about before, has had a very great Jewish community. So friends, he was born in the month of Cheshvan in the year 5474, which is the English year, naturally 1713. And his father was, I think, Rabbi Yosef, and very interesting. His grandfather was a survivor of the infamous Mauza exile also, and the founder of the Salah synagogue also in Czana'ah. He was also a great rabbi, one of the city's judges, and one of the shochets of the city itself. And Rabbi Yihyeh Saleh would later serve, as we stated before, as a chief judge and the president of the rabbinical court in Czana'ah, which we will touch upon in different things. Also, some really great rabbis over there. For most of his life, he worked under the auspices of two great men of his generation, the illustrious Rabbi David Mishreki, who I think passed away in the year 1771, who was author of the Shtilei Zaitim. It was a commentary on the Shulchan Aruch, the Code of Jewish Law, to be precise, Orach Chaim and the Yoredeh, and also Rabbi Shalom Iraki ala Kohen, who lived between the year 1685 to 1780, about 95 years. He also had a book called Al-Usta, or he was also called of that, and these were very great rabbis. Remember, Yemen has great culture, great Jewish tradition also. He was also a contemporary with Rabbi Chaim Yosef David Azulay, another great rabbi who we covered a video on. We spoke about Rabbi Azulay. I think it was his Hilula. I've got it. I think he passed away actually in around Purim time. It was just before Purim, in the year 1806 he passed away. So this great rabbi passed away, as we stated before, in the year 1805. So at around the same time period, the same few years as Rabbi Chaim Yosef David Azulay, they both passed away around the same few year threshold also. Who we've spoken about the Chidah, the great Rabbi the Chidah, on many occasions. Rabbi Yihyeh Saleh was actually an author of the Questions and Answers responsa, which was Pu'ulat Sadiq also, and has written a brief but comprehensive commentary on the Yemenite Baladrite prayer book entitled Etz Chaim also, which appears in responsum addressed to him from Rabbi Chaim David Azulay, the Chidah himself. Naturally, also the Maharitz also compiled a colossal work, a great Torah work on the Torah orthography, which is on the Hebrew vowels and the trope symbols used in biblical texts, known as Helek, and Hadik Duk, a book on the Dikduk, as we can say also. It's actually his father, as I said before, was Rabbi Yosef Saleh, also, and he studied under his wife's father, Rabbi David Kafi, or Kapach, also, which is very, very interesting to know also. They say that the great Maharitz family had, not too sure where, got to double check the source, had actually traced themselves, their lineage back to Obed, one of I believe, one of the sons of Judah, of Peretz, also, which I've got to double check on that, but very, very interesting also. We know that he was gifted at a very, very young age with a brilliant, brilliant memory and developed his amazing learning skills. As a young man, he studied under his father and his grandfather also, and at one point served under the great rabbinic teacher and scholar of his day, Rabbi David Mishraki, as we had stated just previously also, and it was also, we talked about an author on a commentary on the Shulchan Aruch also. Yes, so it's a very, very interesting. It's also Rabbi Yihyeh Saleh. There's another note to be pointed out from these colossal notes over here, which I've got just right next to me. Over there seemed to have, there was persecutions at the time in Czana'ah, I believe in the year 1761, and it's reported over at this time 12 of the city's 14 synagogues were demolished under the order of the king at the time, Al-Mahdi Abbas. Also, the reason for the king's displeasure was not presently known, but the community's respected leader, who was entrusted with the role of mediating between the king and the people, Rabbi Shalom Cohen al-Iraqi, who also was known as the Prince, the Nasi, also served under two kings from 1733 to 1761. He was actually imprisoned and held in bonds until he could pay high ransom for his release. But maybe we should cover that in another share also. So just to go on a bit more about the great Maharitz, much can be said within regards to his different his positions. They say at first he decided halacha according to the position of the whole Shulchan Aruch, but later changed his approach in order to uphold the Yemenite Jewish traditions, and which were more aligned with the halachic rulings of the Rambam, also Maimonides over there, that we could also add. And they also say, just like he followed in the footsteps of the great Rabbi David Abu Dariham. Also, he wrote extensive commentary on the synagogue liturgy and on the old Yemenite Jewish prayer book, which we touched upon before also. He wrote many different books. He actually passed away on the 28th of Nisan, which I spoke about before. And he was succeeded as a leader by Rabbi Abraham, his son, and who later on became the Av Bet Din, also in the court over there. The different books he wrote, many different great books also. Well, let's go through a bit. Some of the books also which he wrote a lot of colossal Torah works. The great Rabbi Yihyeh, Chacham Yihyeh, wrote many great books, including the Pulat Tzaddik, which was a shut, which was put in 3 different volumes. Also, there was Etz Chaim, which was a Perush, another incredible Perush. He wrote a Haggadah Shel Pesach, just came out of the festival of Pesach. Also, he wrote the Zevach Todah, also, which was on Hilchot Shechita, based on Shulchan Aruch. Also the Sha'arei Kedusha was another great book he wrote, which was the Dinim on Shechita and Treifut. And another book was Sha'arei Tahara, also, which was a compiling of the Dinim, the laws with regards to Nidah, and in the Arabic language. Also, there was the Me'il Katan, also, which was another book, and the Orech L'Chaim, also, which is Perush on the 5 books of the Megillot, also. They say also it's reported over, on top of everything else. It seems like the great Chacham really wrote a lot of great works also. We talked about the Orech Chaim, so many great compositions also. And please, let's learn more about the great Chacham. It's his Hilul here on Chavchet Nisan also, which is coming into Rosh Chodesh Iyar. Also, they said that he also compiled the Megillat Yemen, which is a chronicle of the life of the Jews in Yemen also. which is also very interesting to hear, which I recommend everyone to research on also. It's his Hilula here, Chaf Chet Nisan, of the great Chacham. So please learn more about the great Rabbi also. As we talked about, his Saba and his father taught him, and one of his students was Rabbi Yosef Kara, also, which was also very, very great rabbi, also, which we could add on also. I think it was reported over that he was also an Av Bet Din, chief of the judge, for around 48 years between the years 1757 till 1805 also. Many great descendants came from him, including, as we spoke about before, Rabbi Dayan Abraham Tzalach, also who succeeded him afterwards, and many, many other great rabbis, including Rabbi Shimon Tzalach also. So please light candles in his memory, Chav Chet Nisan, and watch over the previous videos I've done in this series, this very informative series of the great Oriental Rabbanim. So have a great day and take care.